And it's time to export file. Export textures, hotkey Control-Shift-E. All of our different textures, materials that we're going to export. PBR metallic roughness. Now this, it wants to send it to the default Adobe Substance. That is not where we want it. We want it in our project that we control, which happens to be our Maya file. So I go to Documents, and I go to the source images for the project I'm working on. And here we go, new folder, version 3, select that folder. PNG is fine, 2K, dilation, I don't like infinite dilation, it just bothers me. I'm going to do dilation and transparent, and I'm going to drop that down to about 5 pixels, close enough. Then output template, I want to set it to Arnold. All those others are different software that I'm not using. Emissive, I have nothing emitting light, so I'm turning off emissive. Height, normal, roughness, metallic, and base color, absolutely. And I'm good to go. Scale this down just a little so I can find my export button and hit it. And there it is. Boom, it's done. So I save the project and I open Maya, and we wait a long time for Maya to open. Time for another snack. Okay, so I'm ready to start texturing with all of my output textures. Here's the textures that Substance output. Not much in the normal map for the coffee table, but let's maybe look at the walls. There's some there. The vase has a really interesting roughness map. There's our color map for the walls. Height map. Metallic, obviously nothing for metallic. And the roughness map. There's the red couch. And the height map. If we zoom in, we start to see those little lines. Subtle, but there. And there they are in the normal map, coming out really nicely. Okay, so let's start putting those into play. So I want to go to my Substance tab, Apply Workflow to Maps. Select multiple maps. We navigate to our source images, room 3, and first one is walls, base color. Whoops, that's door. Let's switch these to name. Walls, base color. And then walls normal. Shouldn't be much there. Walls roughness, we saw that was pretty solid. Metallic, I don't need it because it's not there. I didn't output ambient occlusion, but we don't need it with Arnold. I don't really need the height map, but I'm going to do it anyway, and we'll look at that. Walls, height. Generally, we use height or normals. We don't need both. Okay, and then I hit apply. And if I look at my hypershade, and always I kill my material viewer and imitation attribute editor. I just use the attribute editor because they're really the same thing. AI standard surface, and I'm going to say walls. And I'm going to graph it out. And let's look what it came in. I've got a connection to my standard shading engine. The main material, the standard surface. And a multiply divide node. And the color. If we had an ambient occlusion, it would be in the other part of this multiply divide. We don't actually need it. I'm just going to go out color to base color. You don't need that to do that because it should be multiplying it by 1. But okay, and then there's our roughness map going into specular roughness. And the nice thing about this substance input method is color balance. It automatically sets alpha to luminance for us, so that's sweet. And when I come over to the walls normals map, alpha is luminance, and color space already set to raw. I do like to add ignore color space files just in case, but usually you can get away without it. It depends. And then bump 2D, we still need to come to Arnold and flip the R channel. Hit 6 for shading, textured shading, and I get nothing because I haven't assigned the shader. So I'll right click on the shader, assign material to viewport. You can use any of the ways, it doesn't matter. There's so many ways to assign shaders. And there on my walls is my first texture. I'm going to resist the urge to render. I just want to get everything in and then render all at once. And then I can start making judgments. So I do it again. Substance. Apply workflow to maps. And base color. Sure, I'll do the coffee table. Base. I don't think I actually need that either, but okay. No ambient occlusion, none of those others. Just done. And I'll graph the new one out. And I'll name it coffee table. And I will select the coffee table. Right click. You got to get right on the top of these. If you don't hit it in the right place, it doesn't work, which is kind of annoying. But, new Maya. And there's my texture on there. Couch. So here's a nice thing. If I hit substance, apply workflow to maps, and then select multiple files, I'm just going to grab all the ones that say door. So click on the first one, shift click on the last, hit select, and it pops them all into the right place. That's really sweet. I hit apply, it makes the new shader. I try to graph it out and it only does it from the last thing imported, so I select the real one, graph it out again, name it door, and I can also just drag and drop it. So yay, keep going. Okay, so that's all of my substance textures, and so I'm just going to quickly assign something to the glass tabletop. Standard surface, name it glass tabletop, transmission of 1, give it a little bit of tint, get it kind of light maybe, 1.5, and we'll give that a go. I think it's time to render. Oh wait, grab that picture. I put the normal map in to give it some grit. Let's add the color map. It's got a multiply divide node in. What's going into the multiply divide? There's my base color. So the out color of the room picture, it has a base color. Okay, give me one even though I didn't. It's not what I want. That's fine. Substance maps brought it in for me, but really what I want is the Toulouse-Lautrec. And I'll adjust my UVs. It's, stretched to a square. There's going to be some weirdness, and I don't care. And the chances are nobody will notice. Looks great. And you can see how much the texture's being added in that from the noise map. Let's see, now we've got all the different wood in there. And I'm going to use the Arnold render view this time. So let's look around. Let's look at, that's an odd seam. But the normal maps look pretty good. They just don't seem to be there. Oh, that's right, because I moved. You cannot move the UVs. So I'm going to undo, put those UVs back where they were. That's why that happened. If I want that to be different, I got to do it beforehand. There we go. That's all I got. But now it's looking great in terms of that. The door looks pretty good. And where's my graffiti with a cute little rainbow sticker? I am enjoying that. It looks a little more like spray paint than crayon than I'd hoped, but some kids are taggers at a young age. And the wood texture on the coffee table, also very nice. And at this distance, the couch does look awesome. And then we look at the metallic and the rust. Really quite fun on the vase. So that's importing our textures from Substance into Maya using the Substance plugin tab to make it go faster. That all looks pretty good. Okay. Have fun texturing.